In today's video, I want to show you how your child can have the best shot to be recruited for college and get a scholarship or recruited for a professional team. But first, if your child doesn't play MLS, ECNL, probably they will not find you anywhere, because where scouts are finding their players is mostly through MLS Next or ECNL leagues, USL leagues. But let's dive into it. So first of all, I asked ChatGTP, right? It's not me saying it now. ChatGTP is the king, right? Whatever you ask them is basically the truth. Where college soccer scouts their players? And there's no secrets. Elite youth leagues. Why would they select players into the smaller academies or smaller clubs? They go into the bigger leagues, and MLS Next, number one, ECNL, boys and girls Academy, and then USL. Those are the top tier and heavily scouted by D1, D2, or even D3 programs. So if your child is in one of those leagues and they have the right skills and the right mentality, they have the best shot at getting hundreds of thousands of dollars in savings with scholarship programs. Obviously, tournament showcases, all good, but again, you show up to the tournament and you're a good player, but you're hesitating. You have no skills. You have skills, but you can't apply them. You see where I'm getting, right? So a lot of the players that play those top leagues or they play those top tournaments are all great players. They're all the same. You might find a handful that are like insane, but most of the players, 99% of the players, are the same skills. What makes the difference between each other? The difference is the mentality, how they handle the pressure, how they deal with mistakes. Are they talking on the field? Are they scanning the shoulders? Are they encouraging their teammates? Are they moving in the right position? So do they look for skills, right? Colleges, do they look for skills? Of course, right? They look for skills, but tactical, physical, and mental skills. This is what separates the normal players from the one that are scouted. Technical skills, obviously, you have to be good. But if you have great skills and you can handle the pressure, are you going to be able to play the ball under pressure? Most likely not, right? If you notice your child has great skills in practice, they are amazing, they can do everything with the ball. But when the whistle blows and the referee calls the beginning of the match, your child crumbles. Your child cannot do the same moves. They are hesitating every move. So obviously you have to have a good first touch, a good passing, good dribbling, good ball striking, good defending skills. But if you can't play under pressure, all those skills go out the window. And I've seen multiple players, you can probably relate if you're dealing with a child that is good in practice but not in games. You've probably seen it as well. And you're like, how is this happening? Why am I paying for, let's say, $100 per session 5 times a week? I'm spending $2,000 a month on my son's private training with the best coach. This coach played professionally and he still can't play under pressure. Well, it's not a skill problem. It's a mindset problem. Tactical IQ, obviously, do they understand the game? And this one is something that we teach in our mentoring program, how to analyze players, how they move, how they scan, what they do on the field. So obviously this one is more of a team exercise, but we teach them also game IQ and decision making under speed, right? This one comes down to the mindset. If they can't make fast decisions, they're not going to be playing at high level. If you're not confident, you don't make fast decisions. Simple as that. And then obviously physical, you can work on physical. You probably are working on speed. You probably are working on skills. But what you notice is that nothing changes under pressure. So what scouts are looking is the mentality, coachability, confidence without ego, leadership, resilience after mistakes, consistency under pressure. All of this, if your child is playing in fear, they have lack of mental tools, unfortunately, the chances of getting a scholarship will go to zero. And I've seen it a lot. Lots of parents are like, this program is good, but it's too much. And we're already investing a lot. We're spending hundreds a week on private training, hundreds on the speed. Yes, you are investing all your budget into things that are helping, but if your child is dealing with the mental, they can't handle the pressure, all that money that you're spending is like literally lighting that on fire. Turn the gas on and put the money that you're spending, it's the same result. So I get a little worked up sometimes because I see some of the best players' potential go to waste and seeing what we can do, and they're avoiding it. They don't think that makes such a big difference. Meanwhile, we know that the most confident player in the world are the ones that are working on their mindset. Messi as a mental coach. Tennis players, champions, they work on their mindset. Salah had limiting beliefs growing up. So all those players became champions because they worked on the mindset. And this is no difference for your child. So we develop a clear system that has transformed 500 players already. And just like your son or daughter, right, we're going to help them transform, learn the mental tools, the mental skills that professional players have. So my name is Coach Valentino Di Lorenzo. I play at the semi-professional level, 25 years of experience. I also play in the Serie A in futsal in Italy. I also had trials with Inter, Parma, trained with them, Lazio. But unfortunately, I had a big injury that stopped my career for almost 2 years. But I still played at a high level, and I've coached 500 players already and transformed them. And we know success is 90% mental. So lack of confidence, fear of making mistakes, low tenacity, inconsistent performance is what most kids are dealing nowadays. And our solution combines mindset training, mental tools, sports psychologists, and elite coaching and accountability. We focus on avoiding the common mistakes that parents make. Building confidence with private training. It's not going to work. Finding a cheaper cost per session program or therapist that have never played a game in their life, and your kid will be more frustrated. They're not going to be able to relate and apply it on the game. Or going to the doctor, right, with a sports psychologist doctor, where basically they're going to use fancy words that your child will not be able to translate on the field. Our four core pillars are beliefs, self-talk, overcoming mistakes and failures, and building habits around their life so they can become more consistent, more confident, and better. So what we do is we work one-on-one for 8 weeks, where we take care of the transformation in the first 4 weeks, and then we develop habits and routines, and then we're going to transition them into a group where we keep them accountable. We have more coaching sessions that they can have access to, and we have an app where we track their progress, we keep them accountable, and all we need is 15 to 20 minutes of work every day, and then just feedback. When you go to practice, when the child goes to the games, give us the feedback on how you use the mentalities, and just make sure that you do simple things that we ask you. And then after that, we guarantee the results. If not, we're going to continue coaching them as long as they did what we ask. We can't guarantee results if your child is not doing the work. So we only guarantee to players that are doing the work. So those are kind of like the lessons. We basically build a growth mindset. We work on belief system, positive self-talk, goal setting, habits, failure as opportunity to learn, not as a roadblock and something to avoid. And then we build momentum habits, nutrition practices, leadership skills, game analysis, and then they graduate at the end. If you notice on my page, if you check on my Instagram or my website, I have a link here in the description. You can check how many testimonials we have, close to 500. And players that it's not like my son got better, my daughter got better. No, my son transformed. My son became the captain of the team. My daughter became unstoppable. So this is what most of the parents that you see are seeing. We add 7 to 8 testimonials every single month. And then the community aspect, being around players that are high level and they're going to help each other. They can compete within the app. When they get to the group program, they can compete with each other. Yeah. So basically the guarantee is simple. If your child does the work and does everything that we ask, we're going to absolutely guarantee results. Otherwise, we're going to continue coaching them. And we are so confident we make this bold statement because there isn't any player in our history, 3.5 years of history, there is not one player that have done everything and at the end they complained that they didn't get results. The only few that didn't do the work didn't see results. But normally when you make such an investment in the program, because we're not the cheapest solution, but when you invest in the program, you're like, this is it. I really want those results, and we guarantee them, so they make sure that their child is doing the work. And part of the qualification, we want to make sure that the kid is bought on the idea of the program. Before even booking the call, I would just simply ask them, are you willing to do this? Yes, I want to change. I want to become the most confident. If they say no, we're going to cancel. We're going to say, hey, we can't help. So we only want to work with people that want to work with us. If you want to work with us, we want to work with you. And if we can help, we guarantee results. Simple as that. And we do this on repeat. So luckily, we're very lucky. We get 15 to 20 parents to join our program every single month. And we transform a lot of them. Some of them are not willing to get on camera. But, since we had 7 to 8 testimonials every month, it's a pretty good result. And others are still getting results, but they're not willing to give us the testimonial. They don't want to be in camera. They don't want to be publicized. So we respect respect that, obviously. So if you want similar results, if you want your child going from fear to captain of their team, from fear to leader and fearless, I have a link here below. You can book a call. We're going to ask you some questions. And then on the call, obviously, we show you how everything works, but also mainly we want to make sure that your child is a good fit. Otherwise, we're going to say, hey, I can give you this free material here. I can give you this free course for now, but unfortunately, we're not a good fit. So we want to make sure that we are actually a good fit. So link here in the description if you want to join, and I'll see you in the next video.